Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Muzzy the Poet, and today I'm going to be reading my poem When the Skates Stopped Rolling. When the war's over, I imagine no relief, because the air will be riddled with memories of those who were killed. So if their existence signaled resistance, I wonder what one signals if they breathe, scared to move their feet, kneecapped, pre-planned. When the war's over, I imagine you'll cry, but will you have any tears left? You'd drown the world if it knew how much you all wept, and would we who share and speak and write be aboard your vessel to salvation or among the complicit for our imperfect fight, on trial in front of the only true one with mind, alongside the oppressors who have tasted but do not possess power, when the war's over? When the war's over, I imagine, but will I? Could he, sanguinary, those bloody skates, I'd imagine he'd say, anxious of his daughter rolling away, Dal'a, be careful, my love, as she puts them on, after he'd come back from a long day at high school teaching chemistry to future doctors. What happened next must have felt like a chemical reaction doctored that produces more energy than it consumes, impossible, visceral. Who knew? Did she know that her time in them wouldn't last long, those bloody skates? Padding and plastic around her feet, etching in trade roads, except Palestinians now trade souls, incursions on those indigenous by their occupiers belligerent through Gaza city streets. But disbelief struck her neck, Tal'a pierced by shrapnel, and her father's heart pierced by the factual. His daughter struck dead. She was 10. Those bloody skates were all that remained of Tal'a. She lied there at the entrance of her home, like the ruins of Rome, not because she was an empire fallen, perhaps targeted for her colourful skates, those bloody skates, an alleged enemy informant, but because her memory, like the memory scattered through the graveyard of children, will not be left alone, always mourning and remembering. The innocent victims have been murdered mercilessly, though it wasn't their fight. The occupiers' stratagem, frenetic escapees, now amputees, but once they were whole, now battered and bloodied, like those skates which were once worn by occupied limbs, and now have no face. An attrition of life. The conflagration feeds on fear, as paradise is won by the price of pain. The occupier demanding sacrifices only the occupied are forced to sustain. Her father used to say about Dal'a, she loved to play. One night, Dal'a asked him, why do we live like this, with death and martyrs? And he replied, when the war's over, we'll travel outside, and God will reward you. Before they could, she departed, back to the same God which had given Dal'a's father hope, the same God who promises the righteous that he never leaves them alone. Those bloody skates. Thank you for listening.